Joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. The fans are making noise at Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland. For their Cavaliers. Ready? So Cleveland will get the first possession. Wallace with it. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the point guard. Leonard on the wing. There's the three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Leonard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
Now here's Duncan. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. He gets the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but, again, no need on that one.
Parker against Irving, and the layup's good off the glass.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in 07.
Now James after the missed three from Tim Duncan. Smith kicks to LeBron. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
He power surged that one down.
Wow. Good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
Here's Green, following the basket by LeBron James. 6 on the shot clock. Aldridge can't get it to go. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Leonard with the steal, and now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And that one's good. Parker.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Parker against Irving. Irving double team. Smith drives in. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Here's Irving. That falls. Great assist by Love. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for James. San Antonio also making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard. Martin comes in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And here's Mills after J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go. And here's Anderson for 3. Inside, Mills dishes to Martin. Over Thompson. The Cavaliers pull it in. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Duncan gets it to go in. Duncan's got his first 2 points. Cavaliers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Dellavedova kicks to Irving. Duncan with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Duncan for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Irving. San Antonio also making some changes. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Anderson.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Nice shot by Ginobili.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factor in all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the end. And the stuff by West.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even at a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. Kicks to Ginobili for 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. Here's Dellavedova, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Cavaliers shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line right here.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season. And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's San Antonio. And Tim Duncan closing out what's been a remarkable career, a Hall of Fame career.
He really transformed.
Well, as Manu saying, Duncan, no doubt the long-term face of the Spurs franchise and arguably their best player ever, which brings up the conversation, Greg, of where he stands all-time league-wide.
Well, he's right there. And listen, let's give him a little more credit, Manu. He's got 5 rings now, you know, having won that championship 2 seasons ago. But look, Kobe's in that category with 5 rings and an MVP as well. So he's an all-time great. I don't know how you rank him, but when you have a conversation about the best ever, Tim Duncan will be in it.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Anderson is out there with Boris Diaw. And it's West in at the 5 down low. Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Irving comes in for Shumpert. And San Antonio also making a switch. Duncan's checked in. Spurs leading by 6.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
Double team on Parker. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for San Antonio. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
They swipe it. Here's Dellavedova. He nails it, and we're tied up.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Clean and simple.
Duncan with the bucket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And Love throws it down.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points. And the lead goes,
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that you know, just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. The last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down. But still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Anderson kicks to Duncan. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Green passes to Duncan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the basket good. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
James wide open. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. His top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. J.R. Smith's checked in for James. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Green slams it in.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise. Clark, he talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of
that.
Yeah,
no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Cleveland leading by 3. Irving dishes to Shumpert. And Fry kicks to Shumpert. Shoots over Mills. Smith right side. Poked loose. And stolen by Aldridge. Mills with it. Mozgov on him.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And it's Shumpert penetrating. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
And the first half comes to a conclusion.